Today we're going to talk about hanging baskets. Hi, I'm Marty from Waukesha Floral and Greenhouse, and as you can see, we're in the greenhouse today. Today we're going to start with some hanging baskets for sun. Now, hanging baskets can be kind of a tricky thing to take care of. I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks here today, along with some new varieties that we have in the greenhouse. We're going to start with what's called a moss basket. I'm going to show this off a little bit here. It is in a wire basket that has a cocoa fiber liner in it, and there is not a plastic pot in this. The nice thing about this is there's a lot of air that can go through the cocoa fiber into the root mass and get the roots to spread out faster on your hanging basket for you. Now, this is a variety of dahlia that is going to bloom all summer long in a beautiful orange shade, and then we do have this white bacopa, which is another sun-loving plant that's going to be trailing over the basket. Now, a lot of hanging baskets are also going to come in a plastic pot like this. There's pros and cons to both. This one is probably going to dry out less than the one with the moss basket. Tips for these are, if it's hot, if it's 80, if it's 90, you're going to need to water these daily. Okay? If you're in a super windy area or in a full sun situation, you're probably going to want to water these on your hottest days, maybe in the morning and maybe in the evening. They're going to tell you, you're going to get some limp foliage if they dry out too much for you, but make sure you give them a lot of water. The other thing that you have to remember with a container garden like this is they have a limited soil supply, so they're going to need fertilizer throughout the summer. If you give them a good balanced fertilizer, one with a high middle number, okay, so if you go like a 10, 20, 10, if you see that on the label, the middle number is for phosphorus, and that promotes flowering. So find one with a high middle number and you'll get better flowering, which we all want in our summer gardens. This one up here, again, is another moss basket. It is a beautiful purple petunia and some pink verbena, again, sun-loving plants. And an old-time favorite, a good standard in the Wisconsin garden, geraniums. Now, geraniums are going to come in a myriad of colors, one of our best performing plants, and you're going to find them, across the spectrum. In this one, we have, just starting, some vinca vines that are going to trail down and give us that nice draping effect. Okay. A plant maybe you hadn't seen is this one right here. This one is called a chenille plant, basically because of the flower. This pink piece is the flower, and the nice thing about this one is it's very, very low care. Again, just water. As the flower fades, they actually fall off and you can sweep them away, and you don't have to deadhead it. And when I say deadheading, I mean you don't have to come in and pick the individual flowers off after they're gone to get it to reflower again. It's going to do that all on its own. Again, we have another beautiful petunia here. This is a mini petunia. You can see the size difference, but just a myriad of color on these plants. Here's some more moss baskets that we have here. And again, good variety of things. Again, this verbena, the petunia, another sun lover. This is a sweet potato vine. Nice chartreuse color foliage that will really drape down. The secret with sweet potato vine in a hanging basket is keep it trimmed a little bit. You don't want to let it get too big, because what will happen is it can overtake the rest of the planter. So keep that in check, because it's a very vibrant grower. This one up here too is a new variety called Sunstacia Lemon. It is a beautiful nemesia, nice delicate flower on there, and very easy to take care of. Again, it's full sun plant. Now, over in this area, we do have some shade-loving plants that we're going to show you next. Here's a double impatiens that just love the shade. As you can see, it's almost like a little rosebud on there, and this one has been planted with two different varieties together to give it that coral and pink look together. Just a beautiful mix. The shade-loving annuals are, again, going to want a lot of water. But you're able to put these under a tree, near a gazebo, somewhere where they're going to be given some shade. Now, when we talk shade, we're not talking that it has to be dense shade. What we're talking is not a south exposure, not a west exposure, a north, an east exposure, something that maybe gets sun for half the day, preferably the first half of the day, not the strong sun in the second half, would be appropriate for any of these plants. Another absolutely gorgeous plant is a begonia. Very easy to maintain again, and gets these absolutely gorgeous flowers, and we have them in many different colors that we'll be taking a look at too. Another one that is just getting started in the greenhouse is your standard impatiens. Now we looked at the double impatiens. This is the standard impatiens. Probably our most popular, easy care, low maintenance plant. Again, just water is the key to this plant here. We also have a few of the Al's flower pouches here. Now this is a different way to grow an impatiens. They're poked through a bag that you can hang on a wall, on a fence, on a post, and these will actually fill in within time and become an absolute mat of beautiful color that you can use. Very easy to maintain, just water from the top, and it will trickle down through the bag. Another beautiful plant that we have is another double impatiens in a beautiful red color. So you can see they're going to come in a myriad of colors and shades. And if you just look down this whole thing, this is all different shade plants that we're going to be having at Waukesha Floral this year. Again, the beautiful coral of some of the begonias that we have here, the yellows, the oranges, the pinks, the peaches, some very beautiful things. So I hope you've gotten a little primer on hanging baskets, and we hope you join us again.
Waukesha Floral and Greenhouse. Fresh, fun, fabulous.